See, maybe I'm showing my age or something, but I think of him as Master Chief from G.I. Jane still. Like
Oh, that's right.
Murka.
He's such a piece of shit. Oh man.
Yeah, that's where I
even
think
his lieutenants or whatever, like his underlings who are mean motherfuckers, they're like, he starts beating the shit out of Demi Moore. The idea is Demi Moore is going to be the first lady Navy SEAL with her big old titties and everything. Nice. And they're doing the part of training where you're like, it's like a interrogation.
It was SEER training.
Yeah. And so, you know, they roughed Demi Moore up a little bit, and she's like spitting blood at him and shit. She's hardcore. And then Viggo Mortensen just starts whooping her ass, just starts punching her in the mouth, beating her like a man. And I think she kicks him in the balls and tells him to suck her dick or something like that. Or maybe just takes
he's getting close to like R-ing her. I don't know if what we can say, but
like retarding her.
Yeah, he was gonna
I think
Viggo
the
her
YouTube
Mortensen.
code is grape, by the way.
Okay.
That's what people say.
Sounds good. Yeah, same as TikTok.
He was gonna give her that. He was gonna give that Arwen treatment. And
back and got the
and even his like his like I said, his second in command or whatever. All those guys were like, dude, don't fucking rape her. What's going on here? This is like going so far, but you know, if you've seen the movie, it's pretty fucking good. You know,
it's one of my most inspirational movies ever.
I just like Demi Moore's big titties because they're just everywhere, and I don't mind that she shaved her head. I like Demi Moore in anything. She's one of the hottest chicks.
She's one of the classics,
time, in my opinion.
She's one of the classics.
She's that in the 80s, like she was in the one with Patrick Swayze, Ghost.
Yeah.
The scene with the clay or whatever.
What's
on
your
the
list of women who aged extraordinarily well? Because Demi Moore, to me, that's her.
Jennifer Connelly.
Okay, Demi Moore is way up there. I am. Sandra Bullock is on my list.
Who played Black Panther's mom?
Well, black don't crack.
Okay,
that lady
cheating. If you start
almost cheating.
People.
No Asians, no blacks.
Okay. Maybe Asians.
It's pool rules. Pool rules.
It's like Hulk Hogan's car.
Sandra Bullock, Demi Moore. I had another one.
You love it. Shit. Jennifer Connelly's the winner, man. I promise you. Look up Jennifer Connelly so you're reminded. When she in the like early 80s, she did a little bit of nudity, and she's the one who's ass to ass in
Requiem
of a Dream. And then the most recent thing I saw her in was obviously on the TV show with the train that's constantly going, Snowpiercer. She's the main chick of that, and she's still she's stunning.
I was gonna guess Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
No, not there. On the train going around. He's been dead for like 35, 40 years or so.
Really? R.I.P. Like,
yeah.
Spoilers. You mean he's not 112 right now?
Oh my goodness. This is like
she looks tremendous. Good for her.
Always fit. She like always.
How old is she in that, you think?
55.
Yeah.
Holy
50s.
smokes. That's very good.
Damn.
I don't know.
There's like a reverse code too that I've noticed is like if you ever see an article about like a famous actress going vegan, you can expect that like they start getting that older looking skin real quick. That like collagen, like very, very like sucking and like tight, almost like a little gaunt and emaciated. I don't know what.
Having said that, I think being a little pudgy is good for wrinkles.
Definitely. Yeah.
It keeps them at bay for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just want to gain like.
But no, you're right.
Every year
is the mother from Black Panther also Michonne from Walking Dead?
No.
No.
Michonne is
from Walking Dead
lead
in
of
Black Panther?
Dora Milaje.
I don't know what that is.
That's the Black Panther. That's the girls who can fight really good. The special forces.
But Michonne is in the movie, right? Like
Michonne, Michonne's their leader.
Okay.
I'm talking about. Why can't I think of her name? She was in. She was in Kill Bill. She was the one. Her husband in the car.
Is it Angela Bassett?
Angela Bassett. Yeah. Ageless.
Is that Angela Bassett from Kill Bill? I thought that was Vivica A. Fox.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. My bad. That was Vivica Fox. Shoot.
Yeah. Vivica got you've got to get somebody to pay you to get in the shape that Vivica A. Fox got into for Kill Bill. Her ass is tremendous.
Is she the Asian woman?
She's the black lady.
She's the black.
She's the first one that gets killed, and she's wearing pants, but her ass is huge and just anyway. I remember
her wicker hat.
Yeah, this lady's held up quite well, but
she's in her 70s almost, bro.
Here's
okay.
Because it's a Marvel movie and it's Disney. They put that CGI magic on everybody now. They give everybody just a little bit. You know what? On Disney Channel, everybody's a little prettier. Everybody's a little younger. You know what? It's never land forever, motherfucker. Fucking Peter Pan came in, put one little and lifted her up like a fucking marionette. I swear
I'm watching Jack Reacher now. Everyone in that, like, their idea of an ugly person is a 7. Like they'll be like people you're supposed to hate, and meanwhile he'd be like the best looking guy at his high school. It's that shit. Nobody fat.
I do like that about that show Reacher is like every time there's like an intimidating character or something, you're like, damn, that guy's pretty scary. And then the main character walks in, you're like, oh, no, he's not scary at all. I forgot about the main guy, the guy who has to like walk sideways through doors.
Dude, he's so big, he's so strong, and he's so cut. There's certain lore around this guy. Like he's pretty much Batman. He seems to be able to bench 1,000 pounds. He's an attorney, police officer, or something or other. He's too perfect. He's basically a superhero.
This is Jack Reacher, the novel character.
Yes. Yeah. And the Amazon special TV show. Okay. So
Tom Cruise was a good introduction to the character personally.
Agreed to disagree.
He's fine. He just doesn't.
One of the pieces of lore behind Jack Reacher is that he eats a ton, and he orders like 4 entrees for every dinner, and it's like potato chips and fucking French fries and all. And I can't watch that show without being like, fuck you, this is horse shit. I will swallow that this guy takes bullets and knife wounds and doesn't give a fuck. But don't tell me he eats French fries. I don't believe that for a second. That guy doesn't eat French fries.
No. Takes me right out of the show.
I swear to God, I thought the same thing.
Really?
I was watching it and I was like, you look at his physique, and I can do the math in my head on what it takes to get that physique. A big part of the equation, X, might as well be just genetics, because he's a genetic freak. But there has to be, because he's white, there has to be a lot of hard work and dieting to look like that. Like, I don't know about dehydration, because he always looks yoked as fuck, dude. He always looks big in everything he's ever done. Even in Blue Mountain State, which I haven't really seen, like maybe one episode, he was the big dude in that.
He's working out in between sets and shooting like all day long. And
he's clearly on juice, like not crazy style. Like, he's not bursting at the seams like a WWE guy or anything, but he is the biggest human being. I don't know if I've ever seen a person that big in real life, in person. Like, he is colossal.
What's his real life stats? Like, how big is he? Do we know that?
I don't know.
He looks
interesting, because remember, Hollywood, everybody could look tall, right? Like, it depends on casting.
A lot of
I think he's like 6'4". He's over 6'4", I think. Like, he's big.
Dude, so I'm watching Reacher recently with my wife, and it's making me insecure. Every time he takes his shirt off, which is like 3 times an episode, I'm like, he went on a cut for this scene, right? Everyone knows that.
Wow.
Every time he takes his shirt off, you should just make vague allusions that like CGI has gone too far. Like,
that's just a suit.
You know who plays him, right? Peter Dinklage. This is all trumped up nonsense. Don't believe your lying eyes, Jackie. This is impossible.
I'm gonna steal that line, and I'm not gonna give you credit.
You don't need to.
You remember that movie with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell? No, not Will Ferrell. The guy from The Office.
Guys? The Replacements? Or Mark Wahlberg
but Mark Wahlberg is supposed to be like a guy who helps out him and his wife when he's in trouble. And Mark is all cut and everything, and the guy from The Office keeps saying, Steve Carell, he keeps saying, "Why didn't you put a shirt on?" Like throughout the half the movie, whenever he's looking cut, he goes, "Yeah, you really should put a shirt on. It's kind of chilly in here." I can't put the movie, but it's hilarious.
Mark Wahlberg's had a great career. Do you remember what was the movie where he was like the older creepy boyfriend? Do you remember that one? It's he's like maybe 25, and the girl's like 16 or 17, and But he's so scary. It's the one where he like hits himself over and over. They reference it in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh,
really?
Shit.
I don't remember that one.
Anyway, he can be super fucking scary, and then he can be like the lovable dad movie thing.
Was it called Fear?
It's called Fear.
I googled it.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Are you doing Fear? remember his wife with the rotten tooth, she starts like hitting herself. He's faking an assault is what he's doing. He's going to lie to the cops about, oh, he did this and that happened. He's setting the family up so
he's
he
gonna
can take
bruise
the daughter
himself to set up the stage. Yeah. I remember that reference from Sonny, but I never saw the film, so I didn't get
Me
it.
neither.
One of the many times I watched something in like Family Guy, I'm like, okay, something in the 80s had to do with that. Like that's there's a cultural reference in the 80s that Seth MacFarlane's making, but
yeah,
I don't know.
He is the best references.
He does. I haven't watched any new Family Guy in a good long while, but that show used to be fucking hilarious. Like genuinely uproariously funny. Old Family Guy. If you haven't watched it in a while, pop that on. Yeah, I know what you mean, Woody, about like. Go ahead, Kyle.
I was gonna say I always appreciated that they had that orchestra where they have it like every episode is a different orchestra composing the audio the music.
I didn't even know that.
It's like a ridiculous expense to do for a cartoon just because
he wanted it there.
I guess it has to be him.
It's funny, like how many of those shows, like it's clear that the creators are also just enormous song and dance, like theater musical kids. Like the South Park guys can't resist song and dance in their stuff. They're just and it's hilarious. They do it
Taylor,
well. Like
I agree with what you're saying, and it's funny to me because sometimes I see actors, and in my head they're badasses. Like picture a large portion of the Game of Thrones cast, right? Like who's the guy who liked Brienne with the big red beard?
Tormund.
Tormund. Sure, I was going for the actor's name. It doesn't matter. No, I saw him behind the scenes at the trailers with a couple of the other actors, and they are singing in like a chorus together, just laughing and having fun. And I'm like, right. I think he's a sword-wielding medieval badass. He's really a drama nerd.
Yeah.
Get laid in or got excessively laid in high school. I think that's how drama nerds really worked. And
they're exceptions. So if you go to someone like Danny Trejo, if you don't know him so he's the pockmarked Mexican gangbanger from Everything Ever.
Yeah,
that guy started as a criminal and just was a criminal in prisons and stuff. And they were like, hey, you'd be a great extra for the criminal movie. I think he was giving somebody hand-to-hand training for some movie or something, and then they saw him like, you got to get in the background of this. Look how scary this fucking guy is, and he made a whole career out of that.
Yeah,
and now he's had a few movies where he's been the star of the movie, the Machete movies, which were great, like silly, just for fun of it kind of movies. And then of course, I know you've seen it, Taylor, the movie that was based on Epic Beard Man. That awful movie.
Yes, that movie sucked.
Yes, so bad. But there he was, Danny Trejo, with a beard on. That was the only connection to the bus man that there even was. That he just put a beard on Danny Trejo and had him beat people up.
Danny Trejo looked nothing like the bus man.
No, Danny Trejo. I think
the bus man had like just like solid white old man hair.
Is he the ugliest movie star you can think of?
The ugliest movie star.
Danny
Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
No, I'd say Steve Buscemi's uglier than Danny.
I disagree. You got to. All right. How about this? You have to. You got to blow one of them. You have to blow a Hollywood actor. But
just one.
No, if you had to pick between, you got to pick between Danny Trejo.
So
you're
and saying blow one more.
No,
yes.
Well, several in a row, maybe. But if you had to between Danny Trejo and Steve Buscemi, you would totally go with Steve Buscemi.
I would.
He seems like a gentleman. Danny Trejo's been in prison. That man's fucked punk ass.
I can't top either.
So maybe he'd be good. he'd make sure that I got to come too.
Who's the actor that played General Armadana from Galaxy? I'm fucking 80% of this up, but I think Kyle can help me.
Admiral Adama.
Miami Vice.
Admiral Adama was played by fucking pockmarked Mexican short man who also knows Danny Trejo. What's his?
He started out in Miami Vice.
Almost. He's got like 3 fucking names. Edward James. Almost.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
So I think he's third on that list, but he's on the list.
Yeah, he's uglier than Danny Trejo and Steve Buscemi.
Can we see a picture of this person?
It's the pockmarked thing, right? Like it's really unattractive.
He had like bad acne or like cystic acne or maybe bad chicken pox.
It looks like smallpox.
Sometimes does this feel slightly racist, but I think pockmarks show worse on darker skin.
Yeah,
Like, there's
for
that
sure.
that
they
makes
do.
coloring. Yeah,
That's why the bodybuilders get the tans, right? So because everything shows up more.
yeah, it shows the
Yeah.
definition. Yeah,
I think that's a
Like
scar
look at Danny
on
Trejo's
Trejo.
chin.
Yeah, it looks
No,
like a
I'm
scar.
sorry.
And
Okay, you can't use that picture of the guy. Like use it from his.
I'm fine with that picture.
Fine.
That's not even that bad. I wish you would show him when he was Admiral Adama. If you search Admiral Adama boxing, I think you'll get him at his, what Woody and I can think of him as, like a 55-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
This
Over
guy's not
the
that
hill,
ugly. I was
formerly
being
fit
too
man.
mean.
You need
I
to look
think.
at him when he was in the 80s as the captain on Miami Vice. When he was in his prime, he looked pretty good.
That's not an
ugly looking man. I'm sorry.
I'm okay with that. I sit on his lap.
You find him more or less attractive than Steve Buscemi?
I find Admiral. All right. Now let me ask this: are we just talking about a man who looks like them, or do I, while I'm like servicing him, can I be like, I'm that one apple fault?
No. After he's done, he will answer any dozen questions you have.
Holy shit! So it's a blowjob and an interview.
Mhm.
It's a little bit of everything in there.
I mean, I would take Steve Buscemi. He's had the cooler career, I think.
You might want to take. I'm trying to think.
And here's the other thing.
Hollywood.
Here's the other thing I'm thinking too. Like, I bet Steve Buscemi is uncircumcised, but I'm almost positive that Admiral Adama is cut because he's got to be like one of those like Mexican Catholics.
I think I'd rather give head to
circumcised,
an
right?
uncircumcised guy.
I think
me too. No, wait,
Why?
what? No, no. I want.
Here's the thing. I've never given head in spite of all the jokes.
Yeah.
And I think it's much easier to do it to an uncircumcised guy because you can like jerk him off. The skin works. Like you don't have to be a subject matter expert to succeed with the circumcised. Oh, really?
How?
What you just said was it's easier to suck an uncircumcised dick because you don't have to suck it. You just jerk it off. Essentially.
Well, I'm going to do both. What am I fucking? I'm going to give
Admiral Adama is going to be given the orders around here. He knows exactly how he likes his dick.
Am I going to reach my hand up and Admiral Adama is going to like slap it away and be like, no hands?
God damn it. Yes. It's going to be like who knows what their technique is going to be, but I promise you will not be coming up with it on the fly. You can't just imagine some better. You see, if he's uncircumcised, I won't have to suck it. He'll be happy with a hand job. No, this is a blow job.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I can just take the head in, jerk him off, and win at this thing as a kind of blowjob, even though I know it was a hybrid blowjob deep in my heart. I'm trying to get a mission accomplished here.
More nerve endings, more sensation, gonna come faster.
He'll punch you in the top of the head and go 3 blowjobs for flinching. And like if you do something like that.
All right, well then I get like 36 questions, bro.
I'll be like, sure.
He's like, I have his dick's in my mouth, and he's like, again, you said the question. I'm not answering any questions over this. I had to look
up hum the anthem while you're doing it too.
I had to look up like list of ugly male celebrities to try and think. Here's another guy. He's funny, but he's unbelievably ugly. John C. Reilly. Do you remember him? He's the guy who stars opposite Will Ferrell in Step Brothers.
Everything.
He's very funny, but he's very ugly too. And so I think I would I'd rather get with Steve Buscemi than John C. Reilly for sure.
I would much rather be with an ugly fit person or skinny person than like even a decent looking like big old fatty. There's a whole other layer to fat and hairy that I'd rather avoid.
How about Gilbert Gottfried? Would you suck his dick, Kyle?
Gilbert Gottfried. Will he shut up while I do it? Or is he going to be...
He won't! The whole time! He's going to yell at you!
What's he going to say, Taylor?
Keep that goddamn dick in your mouth! Get those hands out of there! I'm not answering questions! Unless you finish with your mouth deeper! Whatever he's like.
I love you.
Cheated. I know you can do better than that.
I don't know I can't remember what he sounds like. I know that he's...
No, you're nailing it. Wasn't he like Iago or something? Was he in one of those?
He was the parrot, yeah.
He was.
Was he the parrot?
Yeah.
I'd ask about that.
Great voice actor.
And he's also the duck for the insurance company.
Not anymore. They canceled him out of that. He made a.
Oh yeah, because of the joke.
Yeah.
Wait, he got canceled out of Affleck for joking?
Yeah.
What did he do?
I don't remember specifically. Something blue, probably around women or gay people.
Something blue. He's not
one of the protected
dirty
groups.
comedian. Like people thought really
he went after a protected group, and they took his duck commercials away. And but the duck kept sounding like him.
Yeah.
So,